It's one of those classic football pre-match interview things that we talk about. You don't get too high when you win, you don't get too low when you lose. You've seen highs and lows in spades this season, I think. How easy to actually do that is it? How easy to sort of go, we're on a great run, but we can't get complacent, and conversely, we've lost 3 games in a row, but it could change any time. We've just got to keep doing what we've been doing.
I think it gets easier with experience. I think earlier on, for me, definitely when I was a bit younger, you might feel the effects of losing a few games in a row or feel the effects of winning a few games in a row. But I think now it's more just like keeping level-headed, and I think it helps when you've got experienced lads around you, because when you do lose games, they don't like get on you for it. It's more like, come on, we go again. And when you win games, it's never like, oh, celebrations. It's always, there's another game to be playing. I think that mentality across the squad, that helps keep everyone level-headed.
How difficult is it when you are missing, probably not far away from a team in terms of personnel? I think at one point it was 6 injured and 4 suspended that you were missing. With no disrespect to the players that are coming in, Accrington Stanley can't have that level of depth, can they?
No, I think it's gonna be tough for any team to lose the amount of players we've lost, whether that through injuries or suspensions or whatever else. But I think the gaffer says it all the time. We've got a good squad, and I think there's players ready to play, whether they're young or old or whatever. I think they're all ready to play, and they're all chomping at the bit, ready to go.
I guess you've been in that position. You talk about gaining experience. Previously, you've been one of the youngsters that's perhaps come onto the bench, come onto the pitch, and tried to take that opportunity. Much more established and much more experienced now, but does the same thing apply? If your standards drop, there's got to be somebody there to take your shirt.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I'm only 21, I'm still young as well, so the suspensions, they can help me. It means I might get more of an opportunity to play, and I think obviously it's a negative when you lose players because you want in the strongest team possible, but like I said before, there's players in place, they're ready to play.
The disciplinary situation, obviously losing players, is even worse when you've got lots injured if you get them suspended. The manager said he's had a conversation with everybody about not giving officials decisions to make, not putting yourself in those positions. Something I think you've got experience of yourself in the past. How important is it that everybody learns from this and that it's not another story of players you've lost for red cards, yellow cards, whatever?
Yeah, I think it's just been a bit of a wake-up call to being more switched on in moments, and if there's a tackle there to be won, you go and win it, but if it's there and you're not sure, then why take the risk? Because at the moment it seems like every 50-50 decision is kind of going against us, so I think we can't risk that, and we've got to take matters into our own hands and not rely on other people to make the decisions.
How do you stop the emotion of something like that? I'm thinking about Bromley, for example. You play with 10 for, I think, the 14th minute Donald Love got sent off. You reacted in a really good way and played pretty well and were very close to getting something from the game. How do you stop that? We see it in the Premier League all the time, don't we? Players surrounding the referee and complaining and a sense of frustration and injustice. In the moment, is that hard to avoid?
I think definitely. I think for the split, first few seconds after any decision that's big, if you think it's gone against you, you're going to feel that and you're probably going to react. But it's about then after that, can you then calm back down quickly? Can you switch back on? Can you get away from the referee and can you focus on what's going to happen ahead of you?
Does it play a little bit into the traditional underdog narrative of this place? You'll have seen, as a fan, as a kid, many, many games when Accrington have come into it and everyone's writing them off and thinks they've got no chance in games and this, that and the other. Are these circumstances a little bit like that when you've got so many players missing?
It can feel like that, but for me, I don't try and think that everyone's against us, although it may seem like that at times. But for me, I think it's just, you've just got to go in there level-headed, not think anyone's against you, anyone's for you, and just do your own job. And if situations go against you, then so be it. You have to switch back on. And if they go your way, then happy days. You've
got another one of these opportunities to test yourself against one of the best teams in the division, in terms of the league table at least. Having played the league leaders at the weekend, another team in automatic promotion contention this week. How much do you enjoy that? How much do you enjoy measuring yourself against these guys?
These are the better games, in my opinion, because like you said, you can test yourself and there's no hiding place. You're there, you're against the better players, against the better teams, and you can really go and show what you're made of. And I think we are better against the better teams. I think that does bring the best out of us, and hopefully it does again tomorrow.
Now, Cambridge have got the best defensive record in the league. They've conceded the fewest goals. But I think you're 5th or 6th in terms of fewest goals conceded. How much are you giving yourself a chance, and how much do Cambridge prove that if you've got that back door locked, you've got every chance of doing well?
Yeah, I think a lot of people say it. I think most importantly, you've got to be able to stop goals going in your own net before you can worry about scoring goals. But I think we found a good balance for most of the season of keeping them out, but also scoring goals. I think in seasons gone by, we've always had decent defensive records, but it's have we been able to score. But I think this season, it feels to me anyways that I think we are looking like we're going to score, and we do create more chances. So hopefully tomorrow, if we can defend well and maybe take one or two, you never know what can happen.
That sort of responsibility, particularly in the position that you play, are you wearing two hats all the time? You're having to do the defensive work, you're having to deal with a wide player or a wing back, but you've also got that responsibility to get forward and provide some ammunition and provide some impetus. Is that something you're adding to your game?
I think definitely in the position that I've been asked to play, I think you've got to be able to do both. You have to be up and down the pitch. And at first, I probably didn't understand how much attacking jobs I actually have to do. I do have to do a lot because I am the winger when we are attacking. And the defensive side for me becomes a lot more natural anyways because I know I need to get back. I want to defend anyways because I am a defender. But no, I've been enjoying it, and hopefully I can start adding more goals and assists to my game.
Or indeed some goals.
Yeah, any goal. One goal.
Just on that dynamic with the wing-backs, can you and Isaac Heath help each other? Because it feels like your natural skill set of that defensive side, being a full-back, is something that he's learning on the job. And maybe that explosiveness in attack is something that you're having to learn and I think comes to him naturally. Is it quite a nice balance left to right?
Well, I think, I'm not going to give away our tactics, but I think it does help when you've got someone who's naturally more of a right back playing right wing back, and then you've got more of a left winger playing left wing back. Because at times, if he keeps going forward, then I can always just cover back in, and he doesn't leave us too exposed. And vice versa, he's learning, like you're saying, and I am too. So if I do go, I think there's times where he'll sit in as well.
But you mentioned the goals situation. You could do without him scoring so many, right? Because you've not got any yet.
No, I'll be honest, he can score as many as he likes. I'll be happy if he keeps scoring. But yeah, for me personally, I'd love to get one, and tomorrow would be the great place to start.
And just lastly, we've talked obviously about the players that are missing. For reasons that are definitely above your pay grade, the academy has been closed at the club, so there isn't another sort of crop of really young players coming through. But there've been some introduced to the subs bench in recent weeks. There've been some getting out onto the pitch. How much pride do guys like you and Alex Henderson take that there are younger players getting opportunities here still?
Well, it's all the lads who obviously have come through the academy in previous years. They're all there now, and I think they're all doing well. And the thing that sets all them apart from other lads I've seen before is their attitudes. I think every single one of them, obviously you'll know them all personally, but their attitudes are spot on. And I think they always want to learn, they always want to work hard, and I think that's exactly what all the lads want. No one's, obviously you care about their abilities, but no one's bothered about how good you are, it's about how hard you work. And I think one thing that sets all them apart is that they work very hard.